Hello again guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're back for another top 100 landing challenge attempt. This time we'll be in the Cessna Citation CJ4 and we'll be making our approach into Queenstown Airport in New Zealand. For anyone that's unfamiliar with Queenstown, it's rather an interesting airport. It's almost entirely surrounded by high mountains, so it makes for some pretty challenging approaches. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. But now let's jump into the cockpit of the Citation and begin our approach. So here we are descending down the valley towards Queenstown Airport. As you can see, really spectacular mountainous scenery, pretty much on all sides of the arrival into Queenstown. Anyway, we'll maintain around 180 knots for now and descending around 600 feet a minute. Queenstown Airport itself is just off to the right of the end of this lake. Unfortunately it's a bit blocked by the pillar of the windshield and also the thin cloud layer that you can see below us. Anyway, we'll keep descending, we'll break through the cloud and we should be able to see the runway soon enough. As you can see, we've got one stage of flaps and the gear already down at the moment. Just continuing on our heading for now, we'll make a right turn shortly to line up with the runway. So starting our right turn now. As you can see, the whole area really is spectacular. As I say, well worth a visit if you haven't done so already in the sim, and I highly recommend flying from Queenstown to another aerodrome called Milford Sound. So you can see the runway now, we are visual. Keep coming round onto the runway centreline. Just about to break through this layer of haze. So we'll take full flaps now. The speed reducing with the extra flap. As you can see, really getting knocked around by the wind. Just keeping an eye on the runway. And letting the speed come back, flying the angle of attack indicator rather than any particular airspeed. And adjusting the thrust accordingly, obviously with the turbulence we're experiencing, having to play around with the thrust levers a bit more than normal. You can see we're really getting knocked around, but we'll try our best to maintain runway centreline. We're slightly high at the moment, so we'll keep descending back onto the Pappy. And the Cessna Citation, definitely one of the nicer handling jets in the game, probably the best handling jet in the game. Which is nice for the landing challenges. It means it's a lot easier to actually get a decent landing and you can place the aircraft much more accurately where you want. So initially we're aiming for just before the touchdown zone, but that will allow us to flare the aircraft and hopefully touch down right on the touchdown zone. 500. Let's check to 500. Really having to be proactive on the flight controls to keep the aircraft exactly where I want it. So just coming back onto profile now. There's two reds on the Pappy. Speed is good, we're on angle of attack. And flaring the aircraft, coming back on the thrusts. There's touchdown. Fairly firm touchdown, not too bad. Keeping the aircraft on the runway centreline. We tracked a little bit more to the left than I would have liked there. And bringing the aircraft to a stop. As you can see, that was good enough for 1.43 million points, which was good enough for the number 13 spot at the time of recording. Very happy with that, obviously another top 100 score there. Overall I was pretty happy with the landing. As I said, it did feel a touch firmer than I would have liked, and as you can see there was some room for improvement on the landing smoothness. And the same with the ground roll, we did drift a little bit to the left initially, we could have improved on that. But once again, a reasonable landing, I was happy with it. As always guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. That really helps the channel to grow. I really appreciate the support. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave them down in the comments section below and I'll do my best to answer them. But for now, thanks very much and I'll see you all again soon.